evening, everybody. How are you tonight? I hope you guys are doing well. Yes. Happy the night before New Year's Eve. Yes. So, I'm sorry if I was almost late, but I got watching. I didn't know Angie and Larry were live at about an hour ago or a little more than that. I was on the phone with doing a test with Doris at DF Designs and for tomorrow night's live because I'm going to read stories on her thing and tomorrow night. And then I went upstairs to go have dinner, and lo and behold, we were flipping through something, and there it said Crunchberry's Playhouse. So just now I was watching it. And I was going, come on, Angie, spin, Angie, spin, because I need to go downstairs. So I came down with like 2 minutes to turn on everything. Oh, not a live, just an upload? Okay. Phew, man. I thought 16 watching, and I thought, oh, did I miss something? Oh, okay. Phew, I feel better. I feel much better. Thank you, Larry. But Bob was laughing at me because I was up there telling Angie, come on, spin it. I need to get downstairs. Oh my gosh. But it did kind of throw me off when you said that you were having this horrendous windstorm. And I thought, they have a windstorm? And I actually stuck my head out the door and thought, it's not very windy. How can it be just that much windier across the sound? And then it made me kind of question, but not enough. I'm too tired to really think too hard on the things that my brain is questioning on. So, yeah, I had early appointment for my nails, of course, and today, because supposedly tonight was supposed to be the photographer's party at Art's house, but that got canceled because a lot of people are not well, and so he was wanting to cancel until February. But so I kept that appointment, and then I had a couple other things, and then I stopped and got my flu shot and my COVID boosters. And my arm hurts, and I'm tired. So that's how I am today. There's Linda and Travel Dreamer 46. How are you, Fatima? It's good to have you here. Good to have you here. And Tamara's here. And Gail, yay, Gail is back. And I bet you Lupe's here too. She's probably in the background. Yep, Linda, Gail, there. Not a whole still one ear with a lot of pain and terrible headaches. Oh, I'm sorry. You have like an ear infection? Yikes. I'm sending more love and prayers. You bet. Happy New Year's to you, Linda. Oh, is it New Year's? Tamara's in the future, so maybe it's New Year's there already. New Year's Eve, at least. Hello, there's Larry. Yep. I didn't. Okay. It was not a live, just hey, hello, little bro. Enjoyed your video. The nozzles. Yeah, those nozzles are brilliant. Are absolutely brilliant. I was sitting there shaking my head to Bob. I said, he just comes up with so many things. There's Larry. Yeah, see, Lupe's here. Yay. Okay. She'll make me feel better. I feel fine. It's just the stupid arm hurts. Of course, I say, oh no, I want them both in one arm because I wanted to have, so they're like an inch apart. And yeah. Ow. I'm being a wuss. Ow. Yeah. In Australia it is, yes. Eve, New Year's Eve. Doris and Mona send their love. Nice. Yes, I was I just did a test with Doris a little bit ago. Sorry. Oh, I also stayed up late last night watching stuff and doing Zen doodles. Where's my little Zen doodle book? Okay, I did this today, you guys, while I was, oh, you can't see it. I'll show it to you when I show you the book. Um, while I was doing getting my nails done or my pedicure, I had the whole 9 yards today. I figured New Year's might as well pedicure, manicure, nails, the whole bit. Yeah, went for it. It was felt good. It was felt good. My yeah, definitely needed the toenails. It was like the shoes weren't fitting anymore. The toes were so long. Toenails were so bad. Too much information. TMI. I know. Sorry about that. Oh, uh, too yawning. Yeah. So, um, but it worked. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got Wonky Donkey and Dinky Donkey to read. Plus, I've got our bucket book to read tomorrow night. I thought that would be a good thing to read for everybody else too. And so I'll come in and out. I don't know. I'll probably read at different times, in and out throughout the night. We'll see how it goes. But it was nice. It was nice that it worked out so easily to go on and do that. Okay, so tonight I have 2 books. One I found, and Tamara, this is especially, you're going to love this one. It's called Naya's Long Walk, and we have read another one of the books, A Long Walk to Water, that Linda Sue Park did. She wrote A Long Walk to Water, is also set in the South Sudan, and many other successful picture books and novels, including the Newbery Medal winner, A Single Shard. And A Single Shard is a chapter book that I can remember reading. It had just come out right before I think I retired. I need to read it again. And Brian Pinkney, he's, received the Coretta Scott King Award for illustration, 2 Coretta Scott King honors, and 2 Caldecott honors. And he lives with his wife and frequent collaborator, Andrea Davis Pinkney, in Brooklyn. And it's brianpinkney.net. We've seen some of his work. I also, on my trip to the library, which is some things and I'm going to share some of these books next week when I come back, I found a cool book that has stories about different art pieces with them, of what they were, but then it gives art projects. So I thought I would, along with reading stories, I would show some of those and the books and some ideas for that. But the first book is called Naya's Long Walk, A Step at a Time. And I hope you guys all enjoy this one. It is out of focus. Definitely out of focus. Come on, get there. There we go. Let me do something about that so it's not in your way. Make it a little, oh, I made myself really small, dinky. There. Naya's Long Walk. See if I've got my camera set up right. I had it set up for the other thing. Glass of wine. Let's see. Zoom it out a little bit. There you go. Oh, there. That'll work. Here we go. Naya's Long Walk by Linda Sue Park, illustrated by Brian Pinkney. Come on, Naya said. Why are you slow today? I'm tired, Akir said. Naya sighed. It's a long way to the water hole. I'll tell Mama you were trouble, she said. Don't, Akir begged. I'll be good. She started walking a little faster. Akir, look! Naya pointed to the horizon where she could see a cloud of dust. What is it? I can't see, Akira whined. Antelope or a truck? Too far away to tell. Probably antelope. Trucks were a rare sight in the village. Akira was slowing down again. Naya said, You know the clapping game? Let's sing the song. And do the clapping too? Not while we walk, but later, okay? I love how the big sister's always getting the little sister to do things. Yes. At the water hole, they took long drinks. Naya filled the jerry can. Then they played the clapping game twice. "Time to go," Naya said. Hang on, I gotta switch my lights. I knew there was something I forgot. There, that's a little more light for you. There we go. Akir dragged her feet. She walked more and more slowly. Soon she began to cry and sat down on the ground. "I can't walk anymore," she said. "It's too far, and I'm too tired." "Don't be silly," Naya said. "You've walked this before lots of times." Akir cried and snuffled and hiccuped, and she looked up at Naya. Her eyes were big. Naya frowned. Akir was not a crybaby. Usually she skipped along, chattering like a starling. "I must run ahead and get help," she thought. She took a few steps, then glanced back at Akir. Hold it. Did I skip a page there? Oh, here it is. Yeah, sorry. Naya knelt in front of Akir and felt her face. Akir's forehead and cheeks were burning hot. She had stopped crying and was quiet and still. Akir was sick. Naya may be very sick. Naya's worry swelled inside her, and they were at least a half a morning's walk away from the house. "I must run and get help," she thought. And she took a few steps and then glanced back at Akir. Oh, no, she could not leave Akir alone. Should they stay and wait for help? It would be hours before someone came. Akir could get sicker and sicker. "I will have to carry her. And the water, too." Her mother would need the water to help make Akir better. Naya opened the jerry can and poured out half the water. She picked up the can and hefted its weight and shook her head. Still too heavy. She poured out more. "Akir?" Akir opened her eyes. They were dull and sad. "I know you don't feel well, Naya said, trying to keep her voice steady, "but you have to climb on my back and hold tight. Can you do that?" Akir got on Naya's back. Naya used her headscarf to tie Akir in place and the way her mother did, and then she picked up the jerry can and began to walk. Akir was heavy. The water was heavy. Naya could only take a few steps before she had to rest. Home was so far away. Naya's eyes filled with tears. "I can't do it. It's just too far." Naya saw a tamarind tree up ahead, and she swallowed and blinked away her tears. "I'll go to the tree. I'll put Akir down there." When she got to the tree, she thought she might be able to walk a little more. "Those thorn bushes. I'll rest there." At the bushes, she rested for a moment. Akir had fallen asleep. Farther on, Naya saw an old stump. "I can make it to that stump. I know I can." And step by step, a bit at a time, Naya kept walking. Outside the village, people came running. Mama took Akir. Someone else took the water. Everyone rushed away. Naya sat on the ground. She slumped for a long time with her head in her hands until she heard footsteps coming toward her. It was Mama. "We think Akir has the sickness that comes from drinking dirty water," she said. "She needs to go to the clinic." It would take Mama 2 or 3 days to walk to the clinic. She would have to carry Akir as well as food and water for the trip. "I'll need your help," Mama said. Naya didn't answer. "I'm so tired. I can't walk anymore today." "I know you're tired," Mama said, "but we have to go now." Naya saw Mama's face full of worry. She remembered how Akir had looked so sad and afraid. Maybe I can walk a little more, as long as I go a step at a time. She got to her feet. When we're at the clinic, I can sing to Akir, she said, and play the clapping game with her. She likes that. Mama nodded and held out her hand. She is lucky to have you as a sister, she said. And Naya took Mama's hand, and together they went to help Akir. And then what happened? Akir got better after a stay in the clinic. She was fortunate. Waterborne diseases are the leading cause of death worldwide for children under the age of 5. The dust cloud Naya saw was indeed a truck. It was being driven by a man named Salva Dut, a former refugee and head of an organization called Water for South Sudan. Eventually, Salva and his crew would install a clean well in Naya's village. The village now has far fewer cases of waterborne illnesses, and because Naya and the other village girls no longer have to walk hours every day to fetch water, they have time to go to school. As of 2019, Salva's organization has drilled more than 340 wells, serving at least 250,000 people. Students from schools in the U.S. and many other countries have participated in fundraising activities and sponsored 139 of those wells, as well as donating money for a new drilling rig. Naya and her family are fictional characters, but their story is typical of villagers all over South Sudan. And that's the story of Naya's long walk. I saw that and I thought, oh my gosh, I know somebody who would like that. Hey, there's Julia would appreciate this. I knew Tamara would appreciate it, but I knew everybody else would too. Yeah. Good to see here. Julia, yes, Julia looks like. Yep. And then kidney stone. Oh no. Doris is doing a New Year's Eve live. It starts at 7, and she's going to go as long as it takes to get through New Year's through the West Coast. So she'll be on till about 3 in the morning East Coast time. She starts at 7 East Coast time and will be on till 3 in the morning East Coast time. I was teasing her today and asking her if she was going to, she said she was through the whole United States. And I said, what, you're not staying on through Hawaii? And then somebody said, oh, you have to stay on for Hawaii because of Helen. And I came back on and said, no, Helen actually is from Hawaii, but she's in the Northwest, Pacific. Cygnus be gone. Yeah, exactly. Pete, what time? Yeah, it starts at, and if you go to Doris's live, or the post for it on her page, Doris at DF Designs, underneath there, she has the link to StreamYard, not the one that says support StreamYard, but underneath in the description about if you want to participate. And so people can come in. She has it's like a back room, green room type thing. And so, whoever comes on at a time, she can have 6 on at a time and different things. Babysitting overnight at my son's. I did that last year, Julia. Yes. Yay. Let's see. That is Ayak's sister. Ayak's sister's name Akir. Oh, that's so cool. My Sudanese family still carry things on their head. Yes, it is really interesting to see how people have learned and are trained so young age to do that. Um, it is what they do. You bet. It is what they do. Even when I was in Botswana, the ladies that were like the Tuli choir is known in Botswana. It's a group of people that sing, and they produced a CD and everything, but they also work at the Mashatu Game Preserve, and they were the staff at Tule Lodge, and they came out and greeted us one night singing. And a lot of the women, their hair and all the stuff that they have and stuff, but during the day they were always carrying the things from place to place on their head. So many people live this way without all the blessings we have. Daughter showed up, so we are distracted for a bit. Okay, distracted is fine. I'm glad you like the story, Tamara. I thought when I pulled it off the shelf in the library and I read it, I thought, oh, I have to read this. This is for Tamara for sure. Yeah, responsible care for yes. I have 3 older sisters, and shortly after I was born, my mom got jaundice. She was not well, and was sick for quite some time. And yes, Mrs. Chapin came out and helped take care because I'm the youngest of 4 little girls. There was my dad out in the country. With a brand new baby and 3 girls, 4 little girls under the age of from 10 and under, and my mom was still in the hospital, was very sick, and so Mrs. Chapin came, but Patty did a lot of the taking care of us, my oldest sister, of me for certainly. She's always been. She still is our caretaker. It's kind of like that. I start the story. Funny. Push the replay button. Sudanese are taught from an early age to look after each other. Yes, that's very cool. I think I love the fact in so many places that's being done. It's funny how if that's what you grow up with, because that was how my sisters and I were all taught, and we get along so well, and people are all like, how do you guys get along? And it's funny to watch how all of our own kids take care of each other. Like Layla takes care of Lachlan like crazy and is there for him, and McLean is watching out for Rook and Rory and the whole dynamics they have. It's very cool to see. We won't be you won't be doing a live this weekend, huh? He corrects himself I always yeah. I understand shortcut writing. I taught first grade. I can read things that are written without vowels. First graders oftentimes don't write with vowels. It's a long time before they figure out how to use them. And then when they do, our English system doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I just learned to read without vowels. So yeah, I did a video today. I love this story. I'm glad. All right. So I have another story for you. But before we do that, I wanted to show you. Well, it's down here. Go back here. So this was today. Fix it up, wear it out, make it do. Sort until you sort it out. There's that little snow angel, or the angel thing I did. But I told you I was going to try some Zen Doodle. And I ended up doing that today while I was getting my pedicure. It was kind of fun. I think the fun thing about Zen Doodle is that it pushes you to come up with different shapes and ideas and things in it. So I watched somebody do that last night. It was way too late watching Zen Doodle. And for some reason, I couldn't give up on the gnomes. Another gnome showed up today. He's a New Year's gnome because he's got kind of all he's using metallics and sparkles. He needs some gold. That's silver. Where's the gold? Maybe he needs some gold. That's not gold. That's green. Gretchen can't see. There's the gold. Yes. He needs some gold here. New Year's gnomes. What am I going to start drawing next? I don't know. I have to figure out something. This was that book, The Snow Tree, I talked about that we read once before. And it was just a really short little thing, but it talks about color. And I thought it would be fun to just do a real quick. Little Bear woke and the world was white. Where have all the colors gone? He cried, for he had never seen such a white and wintry world before. But the wind only answered with silence. And I think that this is the idea of what I'm going to try to do, is try to do some of these realistic type but stylized type drawings. Where did I go? Can I make him bigger? Yeah, there he is. Then out of the snow came Lynx. He held orange leaves in his mouth. For the snow tree, he explained, we will remember the warm glow of fall and the burning sunset of an evening sky. The cool thing about this book is, and you can probably see it is a textured book. So all the background, like the leaves, grass, and the snow coming down here, are all done in like raised. So the book has double, like cardboard like pages, kind of like that. But these things are raised, and so it's one of those tactile books. Next came Squirrel. She carried scarlet berries and laid them softly at Little Bear's feet. They glistened like drops of blood against the snow, to remind us of flowers and fruits from the forests and fields, she said. Blue Jay flew down with feathers held firmly in his beak. It's all I have to give, he said, but these feathers are as blue as the summer sky and the rolling waters of the river. We had the Blue Jays were out in our front yard the other day. I was so excited they're back. The robins have been back for a little bit, being crazy, but the Blue Jays, the Scrub Jays and the Blue Jays, battling around. I love it. From deep inside the frozen forest, Mink appeared. Nature's finest, she declared, adding velvet fur to Bear's collection, brown like the rich earth beneath the snow. Oh, look at that raccoon. Little Bear looked up as Raccoon came padding softly through the snow and spread fresh green shoots before him. My offering is to remind us of the green of spring, of new life after the sleep of winter. Reindeer moved slowly forward through the snow, with purple rock piled high upon his back. Here is color that will endure forever, he said, as purple as the mountains and the rolling clouds of thunder. And Bunting alighted on a nearby branch laden down with yellow cones. I carried all I could, she said, so we won't forget the yellow corn that grows all summer long in the fields beyond the forest. Arctic Fox brought icicles that sparkled silver in the frosty light like snowdrops in the sunlight. It is time to decorate the snow tree, she said. And you, Little Bear, will guard this tree all winter long. Your black fur will remind us of night's velvet darkness. And last of all came Moose. A bright golden star hung gleaming at his neck. Set this star high upon the tree, he proclaimed. Let its light shine out to all the creatures of the forest that may gather to celebrate the glory of nature and the beauty of peace and friendship this Christmas time. And look at the tree. Little Bear smiled as he stood gazing at the glorious tree. The colors were back. Just a cute little short one. But not the main story I wanted to read. This one. Back it up here so you guys can see. So my last story tonight is going to be this book called Love. It's by Matt De La Pena and illustrated by Lauren Long. Lauren Long is the illustrator of the Otis series, but he's also the illustrator of the re-illustration of Walter Pitty's The Little Engine That Could. Waddy Piper, Walter Pitty's. Waddy Piper. He also did Of Thee I Sing, the story that Barack Obama wrote, and that beautiful piece. And then Matt De La Pena, we've seen his work before. He did Last Street on Market Street, and he won the Newbery and Caldecott for that book. He did a picture book called Nation's Hope, the story of boxing legend Joe Louis, and he's just done a whole lot of things. So this book is called Love. And as my last story to you guys of 2022, I thought it was appropriate. Love by Matt De La Pena, illustrated by Lauren Long. I was going to see what the... Oh, come on, pages. Nope, not there. It says... I was looking to see... The art was created with collaged monotype prints, acrylic paint, and pencil. Let me get that brightness a little more. There we go. And in the beginning, there is light and two wide-eyed figures standing over the foot of your bed, and the sound of their voices is love. A cab driver plays love softly on his radio while you bounce in back with bumps of the city, and everything smells new. It smells like life. Love, too, is the smell of crashing waves and train whistling blindly in the distance, and each night the sky above your trailer turns the color of love. In a crowded concrete park, you toddle towards summer sprinklers while older kids skip rope and run up the slide, and soon you are running among them, and the echo of your laughter is love. On the night the fire alarm blares, you're pulled from sleep and whisked into the street where a quiet old lady is pointing to the sky. Stars shine long after they've flamed out, she tells you, and the shine they shine is love. But it's not only stars that flame out, you discover. It's summers, too, and friendships, and people. One day you find your family nervously huddled around the TV, but when you ask what happened, the answer was silence, and shift between you and the screen. In your dream that night, You are searching for a love that seems lost. You open and close drawers, lift cushions, empty old toy bins, but there is nothing. You wake with a start in the arms of a loved one who bends to your ear and whispers, "It's okay. It's okay. It's love." And in time, you learn to recognize a love overlooked, a love that wakes at dawn and rides to work on the bus, a slice of burned toast that tastes like love. And it's love in each deep crease of your grandfather's face as he lowers himself onto an overturned bucket to fish. And it's love in the rustling leaves of gnarled trees lined behind the flower fields. And it's love in the made-up stories your uncles tell in the backyard between wild horseshoe throws. And the man in rags outside the subway station plays love notes that lift into the sky like tiny beacons of light. And the face staring back in the bathroom mirror. This too is love. So when the time comes for you to set off on your own, heavy winds will sweep past your building and great gray clouds will congregate above. Your loved ones will stand there like puddles beneath their umbrellas, holding you tight and kissing you and wishing you luck. But it won't be luck you'll leave with, because you'll have love. You'll have love, love, love. And that's that story. Oh, come on, behave, camera. It's just not, it doesn't like that. Well, we'll go back to, let's go here. There we go. Wrong camera. There. I hope you liked that one. I'm glad you liked that. Hey, Nate, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I hope you are well and fine in this happy early New Year's Eve for New Year's. Gosh, in Costa Rica, how's the things going? Oh, yep, there we go. Mona's here. Yay. I didn't see that you snuck in before the story started, Nate. There's Mona. Yay. That was so cute. You're opening those presents with your grandson. That was darling, absolutely darling today. I'm looking forward to being on Doris's show tomorrow night and reading Wonky Donkey and Dinky Donkey. And I've got our bucket book, everybody. Have you filled your bucket? Have you filled a bucket today? And I know that one has to go. I think everybody will like that. But this one tonight, this book, Love, I wanted to, for my last of 2022, to close with this story because it kind of embodies what you guys are to me and what this community means and what reading these stories and sharing your art and being a part of this. It's a wonderful, loving place, and that we know that we can leave here and come back and always feel good. So that's what the goal has been for this, that not only for you to be, I kind of make you listen to all my wonderful stories and my addiction to children's literature, but you guys give me so much, and I hope that a little bit of it comes back to you too. And you get inspired by the stories, you get inspired by the artwork, and you share that out with somebody else too. So, Nate, I'm just checking here. Linda says her bucket is overflowing there. Mona's here. Nate's here. Gail says this is one. Shoot. And Tamra says, I wish you all the very best in health, happiness for 2023. Happy New Year's Eve. And Lupe's here. We know she's here. Oh, Tamara, I'm glad you guys liked it. This is a good book. Lauren Long, the illustrator, this is very different. Otis, the book he's done, Otis, and the re-illustration of The Little Engine That Could is pretty amazing. His books, Otis, are amazing. But this was a kind of a different style for him. But Matt De La Pena has just, he every book he has such a great deal of depth and wonderness to it. It's awesome. So, perfect book for this group. I agree. Thank you, Nate. I'm so glad you could be here. Oh, you guys. No, it's tomorrow night. It's Saturday night into Sunday. So it starts 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Angie. Love and hugs. All right, got it. She's got it. All right, you guys. 2023. This was episode number 376. Yeah. Whoa. For those of you guys who've been here since the beginning, you deserve some kind of an award, or else deserve to be committed. No. I'm teasing. We're all a little crazy, but this is the kind of good, kind of crazy. There's things like this that we do, we look forward to, that make us feel good. Reading these books to you guys really makes me feel, I love it. I love it. And you don't interrupt as much as the kindergartners used to, but that's because you don't have a chance to. All right, everybody, lift your glasses for one last time for the story time here at the end of Keeping It Real for Story and Art, the end of 2022, but it's not the end of this, because I will be back with stories next Wednesday. How's that? Wednesday sound good? Get everybody a chance to recover. I'm looking at Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. All right. So let's see. Are we playing around moving scenes? Oh, there it is. So here it is, you guys. Cheers to 2023. Thank you so much for enriching my life and making this such a spectacular year for me. You guys are one of the biggest highlights of my year. So cheers to all of you. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. And just like they said in the book, the first place you'll find it is if you go look in the mirror, and you'll see that beauty looking right back at you. See you next time.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars
Salute.
on the boulevard. They're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous.
I have not read Mr. Putter and Tabby yet. Taking notes. Taking notes. Where's my book? Chair dance time.
We could be famous.